Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we have a tutorial for a Infusible ink pens swatches mug. But before we get into that project, let me show you guys this project I made last week, which is actually the project that inspired me to make this project. You see, in Cricut Design Space, this flower, the petals color is actually coral and the middle part is called butterscotch. Those are the names of the Infusible ink pens. But once you sublimate it, you can see that both colors pretty much look the same. So here it is, the Infusible ink pens swatches mug, where you can see all the colors and basically you can actually see in person what the color would look like on a mug when you're going to sublimate it. I don't know if the Infusible ink pen colors would look differently on a shirt. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested for a video where we can test to see if the colors look differently and make a shirt Infusible ink swatches video. So let's get straight to it and I'll show you how I did this mug. By the way, if you're loving this video, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you can get notified every time we post another video. We post new videos every Monday. So once you're in Cricut Design Space, you're gonna go and write all the names of the markers that you have. So basically you write the name of the marker and then you change the name of the marker to the color of the marker. The reason it's very important for you to change it in Cricut Design Space for the name of the color is because you want it for once you're in the make section of Cricut Design Space, you want the program to prompt you to put in that specific marker. And it's also going to tell you the name of the marker. At this point, all you have to do is just copy paste, change the name, and then change the color to match the name of the marker that you're putting in. Not all markers are available on Cricut Design Space. So if you go on the drop-down menu, for example, you won't find green apple. So in this case, for example, for green apple, I chose as a substitute the color light green. And I also chose this color because I don't have it in my markers. To help me remember which color I chose, I opened a notepad in my computer and I just wrote light green 1.0 marker equals green apple 1.0. This is going to help me remember once my Cricut Design Space is prompting me to put in light green. It means that I don't have to put in light green, I have to put in the color green apple 1.0. Same goes for bright green. I put it in as bright green 1.0 equals lime green 1.0. The reason why you want to choose a name for your markers that is not in your collection, for example, in the case of Sky Blue, who also is not in the drop-down list, I can't choose a name, for example, for it that is like blueberry or bright teal. In fact, in this case, for example, all the blues, I actually do have them. I have the something blue, I have the azure, I have the navy, I have all those colors. So it's actually, there's nothing really that I can choose from this drop-down list that will look similar and not be one of the markers that I already have. If I choose, for example, something blue, then I will be making it that it will sublimate twice the same color. So because something blue will also be on the mug. Remember, this is a project that we're going to use all the markers. So in this case, for example, I will have to choose another color for it. And in this case, for Sky Blue, I ended up choosing a completely different color for it, just to be sure that I knew precisely that it's not going to match with blueberry or bright teal. So I chose a completely different color for it. So I went up and I chose gold metallic. So now that I've changed the color Sky Blue to gold metallic, I open up my notepad and I write down gold metallic marker 1.0 equals Sky Blue 1.0. And this is how the project will look like now that it's completely finished. Here on this side, I added all the markers that I have in 1.0. I added a separation line and all the 0.4 markers that I have. Once you click on Make It and you're in the Prepare section, you have to remember to click on the Mirror button. Remember, all sublimated projects, both print and cut or Infusible ink, need to be reversed in order for it to sublimate correctly. If you find these videos informational but you'd like to learn more about Cricut Design Space, we actually give Zoom workshops as well. You can find out more information about our Cricut Design Space workshop and other workshops that we give in the link in the description below. Once you're done selecting the mirror button, you can go ahead and click Continue. In my case, I'm using laser copy paper instead of sublimation paper. If you're using sublimation paper, you should select that now. Here it's showing me all the infusible ink pens that I'm going to need for this project. In this case, it's all of my infusible ink pens. And it's telling me to load the infusible ink pen black. Now, I've noticed that the ones that are 1.0 don't show the number. So that's how you differentiate the 1.0 from the 0.4. The 0.4 are the ones that are going to say the number, and the ones that don't have the number are the 1.0s. Once you're done loading the matte, you can start loading the colors that the machine is prompting you to put in. Remember, in my case, it's telling me to put in the black, but you have to look at your design and see which one your machine is telling you. Depending on how you did your design, it's going to tell you which one the machine thinks it's best for it to start writing with. When the program was telling me to put in bright green, looking at my notepad, I can see that instead of putting bright green, I need to put in lime green. Once I'm done putting lime green into the machine, I click the go button and it continues. At this point, I pretty much just let the machine keep doing its thing and keep adding in the markers. And once it's done writing, it will just cut the shape and it's done. At this point, you should start grabbing your Cricut Mug Press and turning it on so that it can start heating up. By the way, if you want to know all the products that I use for this project, you can find them in the description below. I don't want to bore you guys with all the details, but let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in a separate video about how I did the wrapping and all the tips and tricks that you should take into consideration when you're sublimating with infusible ink pens. At this point, you should start heating up your Cricut Mug Press by clicking the go button. By the time the go button is a steady green light, you know that your machine is ready to go. And here's the finishing project. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. That helps us know that you're loving our content. And obviously, if you loved our content, please subscribe to our channel. And again, click that notification bell button so you can get notified whenever we post another video. We will post videos every Monday. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you're having a wonderful week. Till next time.